in a country so far away from home?
That's a good question. Maybe a question from that table. Any question? Do we have a question here? There's a question there.
I also wanted to ask, as you said, like you faced so many ups and downs. So, what this burning desire did you want to accomplish in society that you did not give up and come back home?
Can you hold this table? Okay. Money.
No, surely there needs to be one other question.
Okay.
How do you stay so beautiful?
That's the question.
It's like even.
Yeah.
How can we clone you?
How do we clone me? That's a good one, eh? People are not going to pre-med. That's a good challenge. Okay, money. Okay, initially, going into undergraduate program, I had to just build a strong group for myself because I wanted to become a doctor. And doctors are all about selfless giving, not about money. Then I thought, until I realized it's really all about money. It's really, at the end of the day, it's all about money. But here's how you do it. You begin selfless. You build for yourself a very strong foundation. Have all the criteria. When I did my MBA, I made sure I applied for every job that I was available for, so I could get offers. And I had, like I said, 10 offers. Of the 10 offers, I used them to negotiate for my salary at GM. And that's how I was able to go from an entry level into a senior manager because I had other offers. But I said, guess what? It's about the money. At the end of the day, when you start here, you can only go here, you know. So you try your best as a woman because, you know, trust me, it's hard to go into a white male environment as a guy from Africa with an undergrad that was not anything to do with building cars. So I went in there knowing very well I have an uphill battle. But guess I had a huge following behind me. I had a fantastic CV, which by the way I'll email to you all to look at. So as you think about your future, think about what I went through. You'll see all of my internships, what I learned. You start building your CV right now for your future job. So at the end of the day, when I moved back to Kenya, and I got the offer from even from Marshalls, I said, you know what? You have to throw in their relocation allowance because I'm coming from the US to Kenya to become this. So you negotiate because you know you've got value. At EABL, after I got through the rigorous assessment center, which is, by the way, the most hardest interviewing, I was given an offer and I said, no way, I declined. I said, no, it's not good enough. You can do better. I got a call from HR director himself and GMD. Excuse me, who is the girl who declined an offer from EABL? Do you know who EABL is? I'm like, yeah, but do you know who I am?
Hello.
Excuse me, hello. Do you know they had to go and rewrite my offer twice because I declined twice, yeah? And even now, if I go for any job, I'll make sure I never accept the first offer, never. I was trained in business school. If you accept the first offer, it means if you are employed by that company, will you always work for the best for that company? Will you go and look for ways to cut costs, bring the costs lower, you know? So how you nego for yourself shows how you nego for the company. So for me, I never accept the first offer. It's always about the money. So yes, selfishly, yes. But before you get to that pace to negotiate, you have to have the acumen. Your degrees have to be straight A's. Your experience has to be bulletproof. So by the way, when they're hiring you because you have the brains. The rest, you can build along the way. So yes, money matters, but you build your way to get to that position. Without family, how did I manage? My first year was tough. There were nights I would cry, where's my mommy? What am I doing here? It's winter, cold. It was tough. But guess what? I used that toughness to become even stronger. I spent more time reading. I spent more time trying to build people, networks around me. Then I met some other African person, then you form an African community, then I met some Kenyans. But then be careful about Kenyans again in the US, because they can pull you away and they can pull you stronger. So pick your friends carefully, yeah? If they don't have the same vision that you have, just decline those Kenyan parties, because they'll come every summer, but just say, I'd love to come, but you know what, I have this project that's due next time, and they'll be out there next time. So how did I survive? I built friends. I have very many American friends who are like my family to me when I was there. I was able to build stronger alliances with people who had the same purpose that I did, who wanted to aspire to become good in what they do. So you form small little cliques here. I went to church, you know. It helped build my spiritual foundation. I volunteered. I got to people outside of school. So slowly by slowly, I began to build a small family around me, you know. And that's how I was able to survive. It's hard, but trust me, where there's a means, there's a way. But begin with these friends who are here with you right now. They may be in Wisconsin, just say, you know what? I know you're 4 hours away, but I need your comfort right now. I'm having a tough time. I didn't do very well in my last exam, and I need to help. I need to study hard. Call each other, you know? Because that's how you hold each other's hands throughout this journey. Whether you're in South Africa or in Wisconsin, this is your family of sisters. This is who you hold your hand and whose hand you will hold. And you have us. Fantastic board, fantastic chair people. You've got me now as a sister, and all these people here as your people to support you through. So you're not in it alone. We're with you as well as you fight this journey. And then finally, branding design. What was the last question? Somebody came from, where was the last question? Remind me the last question. What was it?
What was your drive?
What was my drive? Oh, for me, once I was very clear what my purpose was, which is to create and look for the genius in everyone and help them nurture it. That was my driving force. Because once I did that with my small team, I was able to know this one, she's very good at people skills. This one, good with math. This one, so help them come up within that genius of themselves. And when I saw them grow, I was like, wow, you know, it made me feel good about myself because I saw them growing. So I was very clear what my purpose was. So that I was selling cars or selling beer or launching Alvaro, I was delivering my purpose. So that was my driving force that kept me focused and kept me going. Yeah. And cloning me, trust me, yeah? What can I say? God, all I can say is God has helped me come this far. I have a great family, I have a great family network of friends who support me too. But ultimately, I can just say God has been my inspiration, my driving force, and my reason for being. So that's what I would just say. Go with God, and you'll not be alone. Yeah?
Super. We have found a new...
What else I can say? Rosemary, we are impressed.
Yeah.
We're blessed. Yeah, I think Zawadi to me has been like a family. And I must single out two people that inducted me into this great family. My friend Gladys Mboya and your founding president, Susan. I think... do you want me to turn to my left? Yes. This has been a terrific experience for me. I think in the last 2 years we have been involved with Zawadi. We have seen you as, you know, the talent that we are, you know, talking about, grow and grow and grow and grow. Really, it is our hope that this initiative will continue to flourish. The 5 C's that Eva talks about, I think that is the core. That is the core that really underpins everything else. I don't want to talk much about that. But in addition to the 5 C's, may I add 2 D's? And the 2 D's to me, that is based on my life's experience, determination. It is determination, determination, determination. I have seen very brilliant minds fall by the wayside because life is like a relay race. Actually, there are guys, when you look back, that could have been brighter than you are in the earlier days. Extremely bright. But as they move on in life, they fall by the wayside. Determination, determination. Another D that I think it will be important to focus on is discipline. I think Rosemary talked about discipline, discipline, and discipline it is. Thirdly, sometimes friends tell me that they find it difficult to box me in. Isaac, I think, can tell you that I am a trained lawyer, like Gladys Mboya is. But I said to myself, I think law, to me, should be a tool of service. So I've ventured into so many other things. I mean, one moment I'm in the media. Did I hear somebody doing some journalism somewhere?
Yes!
One other moment I'm really in the hospitality industry. And I have spent some time in banking, still is in banking. But of late, I've found passion in leadership. It is leadership that we're talking about when we talk about the Zawadi girls. One great lesson that I've learned is that whether you do chemical engineering or computer engineering, or you do your business administration, please, please, don't allow yourself to be boxed in. Your engineering, your law, your medicine is a medium of providing service to the society. And the mind works in very, very sophisticated manner, really. You know, sometimes we get trained to think that if you're a doctor, you're not supposed to be knowing anything else about anything else. But the fact of the matter is, we have to be multiple, messengers, in the sense that there is no time in life that we are going to say, I'm a lawyer and I'm a lawyer and I'm a lawyer. Or I'm an engineer and I'm an engineer and I'm an engineer. Because you do your engineering in a working environment, most of the times you'll be applying very little engineering. It's about management. It's about leadership. So I think my experience tells me that the vocations that we specialize in should not really be an end in unto itself. It should be a means to an end. So girls, dream wide, dream big. Don't confine yourselves to what you want to do. I went to school in the East Coast of the US, and we were told, by the way, 20 years into my life, I said I was going back to school. So we were told, you come in here, if in the first 3 weeks of our interactions with you, you will not have made your mind in what you wanted to do when you came in here, then you'll have failed as a university. So don't get boxed in. It has not necessarily to be this or that. Allow your mind to grow. And allow it to grow in a way that you do what really you feel passionate about. When Rosemary talks about her experience, it's like I was walking that journey with her. Because really she was searching. It was medicine initially. But the fact that medicine did not work out did not stop her dreams. You are finding yourself, girl. You are finding your identity. And I think that is the lesson you should learn out of this. So you are going with our blessings. Our expectations are pretty high. We want you people to come back, ideally. Barclays Bank chairmanship is going to be open very soon. We want you to come over and take over some of these responsibilities. But my advice to you is this. Quite often it's very, fashionable to say, you go to the US, work very hard, come back and be of service to this country. Maybe that is the case. I would say, go there, experience the world. If you feel you can pitch yourself in a state other than Kenya, do so. You will still be servicing. After all, we are talking about a globalized economy.
Absolutely.
And whichever corner of the world you are in, please keep that flag afloat. The Ghanaian flag, the Ugandan flag, the Kenya flag, keep it afloat. Because we are a globalized economy, and we are really a global community, so to speak. Finally, in the invitation, Director Awondo had requested us to make certain recommendations about certain publications that we think the girls should be exposed to. There is a book I was looking for, and it was my hope that I would get a copy. I tell you, Rachel and Rose can confirm to you, we searched for this book in the entire, bookshops in Nairobi. We didn't get it. But I would recommend that you get a copy of it. It's called Virtuous Leadership, How to Optimize Your Potential, or something to that effect. But the main title is Virtuous Leadership, by Professor Alexander Harvard. This book, I think, has more than transformed my life in terms of understanding what leadership is all about. what service to communities is all about, and what our missions in